I'm Roy Smith. I'm glad you could join me tonight. Guess who's going to be with us for the first time in a long time? That's right, Mr. Justin Case, the world's foremost authority in model railroading. Coming right up. And here he is now, Justin Case. Hello, Justin. Glad to see you again. Good to be here again. Justin, I understand that you're going to share with us the top 8 secrets for becoming a real model railroader. I'm curious, why 8? Because that's as high as I can count. I got kicked out of school in the 2nd grade for smoking, and I never went back. But it don't matter because I got them secrets written down right here on these here cards so as I don't forget them. Well, please go right ahead. Okay, here it is. Secrets number 1 through 8 on how to become a real model railroader just like me. Number 1, you gotta dress like a real model railroader if you wants to be one. At the very least, you need to get yourself a railroad hat of some kind, and you need a reflective safety vest like this one, because you can't expect to run your trains right if you ain't dressed right. No siree, Bob. Number 2, you gotta learn to talk like a real model railroader. You gotta know what words like highball and running boards mean. You gotta know the difference between bare tables and beans, and you gotta know what hoggers is. And if you want to talk like a real railroader, well, just learn to talk like me. Number 3, you got to draw up your track plan on an old envelope, or better yet, a used paper napkin while you're sitting there drinking your coffee in the railroad diner. You got to remember that a good track plan always includes a spaghetti bowl full of track, and a good track plan is always jam-packed full of them there industries. If you can do that, then you're on your way to becoming a real model railroader. 4, you got to get yourself the right tools and learn how to use them correctly. An X-Acto knife, a soldering iron, rattle cans full of paint, Elmer's white glue, and cheap hairspray, just to mention a couple of the things you'll be needing. But whatever you do, don't go spilling your paints all over your layout, nor dripping any of that there hot solder on your face when you're laying there on your back in that cramped, dark space under your layout to do your soldering. You got to learn how to use flex track. You got to be able to bend and cut and solder it into a 7-inch radius so that your trains can run real good in them there curves of yours. Number 6, you got to find out what scale works best for you. If you don't got much space for a layout, then get yourself them there trains that are so tiny that you need a microscope to see them. Then you can put yourself up a permanent layout of your tiny trains right there on your kitchen counter. But if you got space as far as the eye can see, then get yourself them full-sized one-to-one trains just like they use on the real railroads and run them around your backyard all day and all night till your neighbors who don't know the first thing about model railroading get tired of all that there noise and call the police on you. Number 7, you don't need a layout to be a real model railroader. You can just sit around watching them there model railroad videos all day and all night. It's what I do, and it's all you need to do too. And number 8, and here's the most important thing you can do to be a real model railroader. Get yourself a copy of my big 5-page book called Model Railroading for Dummies. In this here book, I teach you everything you needs to know about the hobby. Just read this book, and then you'll be a real model railroader right off the bat. The book costs just $49.95 because I got to run over to get a photocopy made for you, plus another $49.95 for handling and shipping. It ain't free, but like they says, you get what you pays for. Well, that's it. That's all you need to do to become a real model railroader. Wow, thanks, Justin. I need to order your book because I want to be a real model railroader just like you. Thanks for being with us tonight. Do come back again soon. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Justin Case, the world's foremost authority on model railroading. Thank you for joining me tonight. I'm Roy Smith. Until next time, happy railroading.